failed miserably.
Yeah, the money failed miserably, and and there was this tiny little, and I had my backpack and this little space in the back seat, and there was just cats everywhere and cat pans, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna take this ride because I was just tired, needed to go, and there's cats, and I like cats, but 3 cats in a little Toyota was a little bit much. But anyway, so we went that way, and then I was hitchhiking. That's part of the adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
5 weeks in jail for hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Twice.
And because the cop was a dick.
Well, they got their place on the evolutionary scale.
They,
Yeah.
Right below the worms.
Something like that. But anyway, and
so
then
go ahead.
oh, okay. Well, eventually, between then and now, I have carved everything inside from jet, which is actually a coal, which is so hard that it becomes a actual stone. I don't know if you're familiar with jet. No? Oh, you are?
Yeah.
It's hard to find it anymore. I mean, decent jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, you don't see it anymore. It's like, and then I've carved every kind of ivory you can think of. I mean, God, man, mammoth, mastodon, fossilized walrus, everything. I mean, before ivory was a no-no, I was carving, because Maui was a port of entry for ivory many, many, many years ago, and I lived on Maui, so. And I did that gazebo that won that grand prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave me the money to pay off all my debts and pay everybody I knew that I owed. And I had $60 left in a backpack. Well, I bought a plane ticket one way and a backpack and $60 in my pocket and a one-way ticket to Maui. And I landed there, and then I spent almost 8 years there.
How did the locals treat you in Hawaii?
Oh, everyone goes, locals, they don't like Caucasians and whatnot, but it's not true. What they don't like are locals that come there and spend their money and wear fancy clothes and, 2 weeks and then they're gone. But if you use your hands and you like kids and you're not kind of like a show-off kind of, and you just do your thing, and you should, because I would make rings, and I had a friend over there that was a jeweler, and so I knew somebody, and he let me stay at his house until I got established, got my own place. But that's where I actually learned to make jewelry, and but I would make rings for the kids, little silver rings, and drop a stone in there because the jewelry was so. When you're starting to make jewelry, it doesn't look like much. So I give it away. And the locals, native people, no matter if they're in Mexico or Hawaii or Native Americans here or in Canada, if you are not, like sticking your Caucasianness in their face,
Right.
and because I love kids. I mean, kids to me are like angels on earth, man.
Yes.
So I'm always giving stuff to kids, and it just opens doors. So I never had a hard time. Only once did I have a Hawaiian guy rip me off, but it was a test. I knew he was going to do it anyway, but I gave him a bunch of rings he said he could sell them, so I gave him a bunch of rings. But his cousins came to me and ended up bringing me, God, one guy, for months I had to tell him to stop after a while. He was bringing me, because they knew what happened. And he was bringing me fish. He would go 4 in the morning and catch all these fish in his trunk, and they were still breathing, and he'd show up at my door at 6 in the morning and go, here. And I was giving fish to the neighbors, to the landlord, to all my friends. And I was getting really sick of fish. I love fish, but...
What kind of fish was he catching?
Oh man, there's like such a variety of fish there. There's these red ones and blue ones. And I love parrotfish because it's like all white steak and they're big. And oh man, it was just like, just incredible. I mean, but it was like my refrigerator was stacked full of fish. I was just, oh my God. But yeah, and I had to say, look, I can't do it anymore. But yeah, so it's it always seems to work out.
So you're living in Portland now.
I love Portland. I love Oregon. Actually, when I was living in Northern California, I was always coming up to Oregon and partying in Bend. And Bend's just a wild town. A bunch of crazy people down there. And I'd always go to Portland. I like the attitude here. I've been all over the country, and I was just spent like 2 years on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like the humanness of people is getting rarer and rarer and rarer.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like the East Coast is so gung-ho military and down at the environment. I mean, you find some people that are, environmentally conscious, but it's like they're not. For instance, okay, Virginia. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's like they fluoridate their water, and the government limits for fluoridation is 0.7. Yeah. They do it 0.9 just to be more gung-ho. And fluoride just, oh my God, it calcifies your pineal gland, it ruins a lot of internal organs, and yeah, it's horrible stuff. It's a toxic waste, man. It's a byproduct, and we don't even get our own fluoride. We import it from China, which is even worse because it's got arsenic and all kinds of crap in it. So anyway, it's like that, and they brag about the Chesapeake Bay being so clean, but man, there's big fish die-offs like crazy, and it's, God, I could just go on and on. I'd rather stick to more positive.
Do you feel like it's more liberal here?
It's more human here.
Yeah.
Liberal to me is a different term.
Okay.
So it's more human here. People treat people like people, mostly. I mean, of course you get, you have both ends of the scale always everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's, as a general rule, the West Coast, aside from LA.
Yeah, LA is its own.
Yeah, if you go Northern California up, it's the last bastion of humanity, as I can see it. Aside from minor little pockets here and there, like Austin, which is changing very rapidly. So that's, and a few spots here and there. But mostly it's like, man, the West Coast is the only place left.
Do you have any work?
Do I have any? Did I bring any?
Well, do you have any work here? Yeah,
Oh, yes, I do.
You have
the second day I was here, I got commissions. I was going, oh my God. And I haven't been able to get to them, yeah. Apparently there's a big call for carved cow skulls. Who would know?
Oh, you take a cow skull and carve it?
Yeah.
Or are you carving a cow skull?
Are you carving a cow skull out of wood?
No. Taking an actual cow skull, and I was shown one that had all these like geometric patterns on it, and I was shown another one where this lady had actually drilled these little holes and put these little stones in there, and then you stick a light inside and it shines through all these stones. It's really beautiful. You wouldn't think a cow skull, but
where do you get cow skulls? There's probably hundreds of thousands of them everywhere. Huh?
Yeah. And well, I'm living on this Heart to Heart Farms, which is really because they feed hundreds and hundreds of families, and twice a week they bring these. It's all the food that gets thrown away from like Safeway and Albertsons and stuff like that, which is still good, but the expiration dates might be the day next off, or the lettuce might be a little wilted on the outer leaves or something, or banana might have a spot on it or something. They toss all that stuff, and it's still really good food. So if you're in need or have a family and you're in need, you can actually call up and you fill out your name and how many are in your family, and they give away all this food twice a week. And they also have like a really weird thing is dairy cattle, when they breed the cows, because that's how they get the milk from the cows, is when the cow gives birth and it's a male, they incinerate them.
They incinerate the males?
Yeah, the males.
On a dairy farm?
The male calves are usually incinerated. And it's a horrible waste, man. It's incredible, and it's very inhumane, and it's just like, a hidden secret of dairy farms. So what this guy does that owns this Heart to Heart Farms is he goes and he gets these calves and he raises them. And then because they're males, they really don't have much usage. So he fattens them up and then butchers them and gives the meat away.
Wow.
Yeah. To these families that are in need of food.
You can get cow skulls from there.
Well, yes, I get cow skulls from there, and he showed me a couple, and very good money for them. And there seems to be a big call for these decorated cow skulls.
Our friend
That's awesome.
Roger Hodge,
Oh yeah.
he made a cribbage board on a skull.
Yes. I have an order for a cribbage board
He did a
also.
wood burning into
Yeah,
the side of it.
That's his.
On
That's his,
a shoulder blade. I have an order for a cribbage board that I was going to carve all out.
Yeah, that's his forte. He does cribbage boards.
Yeah, the last time I did a cribbage board was, God man, seems like 100 years ago, and it was on a long piece of fossilized walrus siding.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
So what were the commissions you got a couple days ago then?
Oh, that was it. The cow skulls and the.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. And then I'm giving classes there too in sculpture and painting
nice.
and carved gemstones and jewelry making and.
Those Heart to Heart Farms.
Yes, that's
So
over in
where
Sherwood.
people can get out in Sherwood.
Yeah, you can look it up online. It's they're right there. They have the whole thing about their farm and the food they give away, and the whole story is.
H-E-A-R-T.
It's Heart, H-E-A-R-T, 2, the number 2, Heart, H-E-A-R-T, Farms.
Nice.
And they grow organic veggies, and they grow all kinds of medicinal herbs, and chickens, and turkeys, and rabbits, and cows, and calves, and goats. And everything is organic and no pesticides, and it's like everything's recycled into it, and there's very little waste product coming off the farm.
Wow.
It's an incredible operation, incredible.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Maybe do an interview with them.
Oh, that'd be great.